The biodiversity in this world is declining and animals are going extinct every year. Luckily for us, there are also a lot of animals who are discovered. That's why I am going to talk about 7 reptiles who have recently been discovered. My name is Mr. Geeks and welcome back to a new video. Number 1. Eunectes akayima, also known as the northern green anaconda. Last year in 2024, my social media page blew up because there was a new anaconda discovered, which meant there was a new massive snake somewhere out there. There isn't a lot of difference between the northern green anaconda and the green anaconda when you look at them from the outside. But DNA studies have shown that they have a 5.5% difference, which is a lot. Humans and chimpanzees differentiate about 4% in DNA, which means that the northern green anaconda and the green anaconda are further away from each other than we are to chimpanzees when you look at the DNA. Now these giant northern anacondas grow up to about 7.5 meters long and weigh about 500 kilos, making them one of the most heaviest and largest snakes on planet Earth. They are native to northern South America and the Caribbean islands of Trinidad. Now I live in the Netherlands, so what made this discovery even more bizarre than it already was is the fact that one of the Netherlands' famous biologists out there helped with the research. His name is Freek Vonk and you've probably seen him on the internet swimming in his shorts and a t-shirt next to this giant snake in the Amazon. Overall, this snake is absolutely amazing. And of course I had to put him in this list. Number 2. Cnemaspis van Goghi, also known as the starry night gecko. This gecko was discovered in 2022 in the West Ghats. While they were doing their research here and looking for new species of animals, they not only found the starry night gecko, they also found another gecko from the same family but a different species, which is called Cnemaspis saturagirensis. Cnemaspis saturagirensis. Cnemaspis saturagirensis. Cnemaspis saturari... Cnemaspis saturari... Cnemaspis satur... Cnemaspis... God... Cnemaspis satura... Cnemaspis saturagirensis. So not only does this gecko look absolutely amazing, with his striking colors, he stands out of all the other geckos. But the reason he is called Van Goghi is because he was named after one of the most famous paintings from the famous artist Van Gogh. As you can see, his back is blue with his white spots, which make it look like it is the starry night. And again, like I said before, I am from the Netherlands, so this one is near and dear to my heart. Let's move on to the next one. Number 3. There were a couple of researchers who were doing research on saltwater crocodiles in the Caribbean when they sampled some of the crocodiles who lived over there. And when the DNA test came back, they realized that this wasn't the same crocodile as the saltwater crocodile. They discovered 2 new species of crocodiles on the islands of the Caribbean. Now of course they didn't expect this because they were looking for the saltwater crocodiles, so this caught them by surprise. This was discovered on March 28th, 2025, this year. Because this discovery has been so recent, they don't even have a name yet. So we'll have to stay tuned for that. Now what I do know is that this is a very small population on the islands of the Caribbean, which means that this species is probably threatened with extinction. Now like I said before, they have been discovered very recently, so there isn't a lot of information out there yet, but I'm sure that there will be a lot of research done in the near future about these beautiful animals. Number 4. Petracola amazonensis. Petracola amazonensis is a newly discovered species of skink which is semi-phosphorial, which means that they partially live on land but also underground, which makes them very hard to find. I personally really like this skink because of the colors. I think he looks absolutely amazing. Looks like a tiny dragon to me because of his scales, almost dinosaur-like. And I just love this species. They have been discovered in the Andes Mountains of northeastern Peru. And just like the crocodiles, there isn't a lot of information out there yet because they have been recently discovered only in 2024. So let's move on to the next one. Number 5. Protobothrops flavirostris. This species is probably my favorite one from this list. Of course it's not better than the last one, but you'll have to wait and see to find out why I think that is. I have a special reason for that. Now this snake is the only venomous snake of this list, and this is a highly venomous venomous species, so it's very dangerous. There's one thing in particular that makes this species so special to me. And no, it is not the fact that it is a terrestrial snake species with amazing colors. It is actually because someone you might know as well has helped with the discovery of this species. His name is Rupert Reptiles. He has a YouTube channel where he makes videos of herping all around the world, mostly in Thailand and Indonesia and around Asia. Now, I have been following this man for quite a while now and learning from him on how to find particular species and looking how he found them in areas that I am going to go to. Now, this snake has a very special story because of this. You see, there is an app called iNaturalist, and this app can be used by everyone. When you find an animal and you see it, you make a picture of him, you post it on iNaturalist so that everyone can see where you found it and what species it is. And one day, a tourist in Laos found this snake species, made a photo of it, but didn't know what species it was, so he posted it online. And Rupert and his friends, colleagues and other herpetologists saw this picture and knew immediately that this was a very special snake, one that hasn't been discovered before. So they started a research to find this species, and when they did, they sampled them, brought it back to the lab and did some DNA tests, which showed that indeed this was a new species that hasn't been discovered before. And in 2025, this species officially became its own species and got the name Protobothrops flavirostris. It is native to the tropical limestone forest of Vientiane and northwestern Laos. So a big shout out to Rupert Reptiles for finding these amazing animals with his colleagues, of course, and putting in the work for it. Number 6, Naja fuchsi, also known as the brown-banded cobra. This species was discovered in 2022 in Southeast Asia, and it has a lot in common with the monocled cobra because of its patterns. This cobra can reach up to a length of about 137 centimeters long as an adult. Its diet contains amphibians, birds, snakes, and small mammals. But they also have been reported to enter human habitation where they would feed on chicks. Several individuals have been found inhabiting abandoned termite nests during the winter, which is very interesting. Now, this is a cobra species, which means that it is venomous, but since it has been recently discovered and there hasn't been a lot of research done on its venom yet, there isn't a lot of information out there about their venom, but it has been said that they are probably incapable of spitting venom. Now, here's a quick honorable mention. This is the crested gecko, Corolophus ciliatus, and this species lives up to about 15 to 20 years old, and they get around 20 to 25 centimeters long. Now, you might be wondering, Mr. Geeks, I have a crested gecko at home. They haven't been recently discovered, and you are right. But the reason why I want to mention this species is because they have only been discovered, or I should say rediscovered, for 31 years now. You see, crested geckos were thought to be extinct, but in 1994 they had been rediscovered in New Caledonia, where they are native to. Since then, they have been sent to the reptile trade so that people could work with them. Nowadays, this is one of the most popular reptiles in the reptile hobby, with tons of different types of colors and patterns. This species is now one of the species that most reptile collectors already have in their collection. And why wouldn't you? Look at him. It is such a beautiful, nice little gecko. They are fairly easy to keep and they are adorable. Okay, now that that's out of the way, we can go back to reptiles that actually have been discovered very recently. Number 7. We're down to the last reptile I wanted to talk to you guys about, and this one is very special to me. I'm talking about Saurodactylus splendidus. Saurodactylus splendidus was a reptile that I have found in Morocco when I was there on a herping trip with Sven, Sias and David. This gecko has only been discovered in 2019. The reason why this one is so special to me is because I use an app that I have mentioned earlier, which is called iNaturalist. And if you look up this species on iNaturalist, you can see that only 5 people have found them. Now, of course, a lot more people probably already have found them. Maybe they didn't use iNaturalist, maybe they used other apps, or they have just seen them. But for me, it's still very special because a lot of reptiles out there who are also very rare have been seen a lot more than 5 times. Another reason why they probably haven't been seen that much is because this species is native to a very small locality and is only found in a few places of Morocco where we specifically drove to when we were on our trip. So enough talking for me. Let me show you a few clips of me finding this absolutely amazing gecko.
Oh. Ja, wij hadden helemaal niks. Alleen Tropiocolotus nog.
Saurodactylus. Oeh, wow.
Oh, jullie hebben helemaal niks.
Je hebt wel de staart kwijtgemaakt.
Nee, dat heb ik niet. Die is alweer aangegroeid.
Die hebben helemaal niks.
Nee, alleen tropiocoloten zijn daar.
Wat echt. Ik had hem liever niet gezien dan wel eigenlijk.
Oh ja. Dan krijgen we dit weer.
So those were the 7 recently discovered reptiles. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like down below, and while you're there, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because there are a lot of crazy videos coming soon. Of course, there will be more parts of Morocco. I've only made one so far because I've been very busy, but I'll make sure that the other ones are going to put online very soon. And in a month, I'll be going to Guatemala to search for the most amazing reptiles and amphibians I can find, including crocodiles for the first time. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Geeks out.